Hi, everyone. Well, we have some big changes with our weather forecast. Today, we had record highs at Sacramento Executive and Sacramento downtown, low 80s, sunny skies, felt like mid-spring weather. And now we're expecting highs to drop into the 50s. Heavy rain and snow at times, as well as hazardous mountain travel. In fact, travel not even recommended in the Sierra heading into this weekend. I want to time it out for you because I know we've been talking so much about coronavirus that this story may be kind of getting lost in the shuffle here. But given the amount of people that are not going to be doing any other activities, but instead maybe wanting to get outside, do something other than having the kids and everybody inside with schools being canceled, activities being canceled. Really wanted to detail the timing on this so you know when you're going to be able to get outside and not have to be dealing with the rain. Okay, so I'm seeing more and more people join in here. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Thursday evening, heading into a big weekend of changes for our weather. And again, with everything going on right now, with all the breaking news with coronavirus, want to make sure that you have the updated information, certainly as you're heading out for some weekend plans. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to switch this around here. Chris Baker, were you able to share this? Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, let's look at where this low is coming in here. Hi, Michelle. I hope all is well. I know you're a school teacher and you've been dealing with all of this craziness with school closures as well. All right, here's the low right here. This is what's going to be heading our way. It's really far up to the north right now, but it is going to be pressing our way as we head into the weekend forecast. So that's really what we're going to be tracking as we head into particularly our Saturday later in the afternoon through Sunday. All right, so this is what's going to be happening. I just have a little bit of a timeline here. I'll detail this a little bit more, but you can see through Friday we're dry, mostly sunny, highs still in the 70s, and then we start to see this low driving its way southward. Now what this is going to do is change this storm track and pull in a lot of this cold air to the north of us, and that's going to press our way. It's going to stay here for quite some time too. This storm track dropping all the way south into Southern California. With it, biggest change that we've seen in our weather pattern in several weeks. The last couple of storms just kind of a precursor to what is happening this weekend. I'll look at tomorrow's forecast. I don't want to mislead you that this is going to be happening tomorrow. We are still mostly sunny, few clouds, warm, highs in the 60s and 70s for the most part in the Sierra, highs in the 50s. Not terribly difficult travel into tomorrow for the Sierra. It's when we head into our weekend forecast. And by that, I mean, look at this. We have this winter storm watch going into play Saturday morning. It lasts through Monday morning, 1 to 4 feet of new snow. I know we have some folks that are watching from other parts of the country, and every time I say that, they joke. They say, she said 1 to 4 feet of new snow. That's what happens in the Sierra. We could even see 5 feet of snow by the time this is out of here by Monday evening. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. That's why Caltrans and some of the state officials are saying, hey, no travel into the Sierra is recommended. It's just too much to take on with people getting trapped, with possible road closures, chains very likely, and poor visibility. When we talk 1 to 4 feet of snow and gusts up to 60 miles per hour, that just means nasty travel on any of the mountain passes. Here's a look at the timeline, and I'm hoping that these colors really help to illustrate the days to be most concerned about travel impacts. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warm. Okay. Saturday, rain and snow developing, especially by the afternoon. That's when it's going to become a bit heavier. And snow level 3,500 feet, that puts us into the foothills for snow. Highest accumulations won't necessarily be at that elevation. The 1 to 4 feet is going to be higher elevations than 5 feet, kind of in those isolated pockets there. But look what happens on Sunday. This is our big travel impact day. Rain, snow, and thunderstorms for the valley. Cold air working in, that helps to destabilize the atmosphere. Give us the lift that we need to get those big cumulonimbus clouds building in the region, and that will give us the opportunity for thunderstorms. And once that cold air works in, snow levels will drop. Some places to about 2,500 feet, could see some flakes down to about 2,000 feet, and that will happen all the way into Monday, with slightly lighter travel impacts more on the moderate range here. and snow levels down to about 2,000 to 3,000 feet. So certainly some bigger travel impacts happening on Sunday into Monday as well. All right, so let's time this out. We're still dealing with showers in Southern California. Let me just back this up here because I think this is still a pretty significant part of the weather story as well. Tonight, we're still dealing with some of those showers left over from last weekend's storm, and it's a slow mover. This will continue to affect Southern California through tomorrow. Locally, we're not expecting anything. Mostly sunny skies, mild, beautiful conditions. But look at what happens on Saturday. You see the time frame right up here. Saturday, we start to see some showers for the morning. Snow will be falling in the Sierra. It will continue to fall all day long. I'm really not expecting any change in our Sierra conditions as far as any breaking up of the snow. I think it's going to be pretty consistent. Once it starts up, I think this is just going to keep going here all the way through Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, even into Monday. And as you can see, Sunday afternoon, we are pretty much a washout here throughout the entire valley. This is going to bring us some good rainfall totals. Is it going to catch us up from what we are missing up to this point, which is anywhere from 6 to over 13 inches of rain? No, this isn't going to be something that completely wipes out the deficits that we've already had due to a dry February, record dry February. But we've got some pretty good numbers in here. Look at the rainfall totals through Monday evening, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. I think some of these numbers are a little overplayed here from this particular weather model, but it does give us a sense of how big this storm is, right? 2 to 3 inches of rain for much of the foothills. Once we get above about 3,500 feet, it's going to be snow pretty consistently through the time frame here. And as far as our snow totals, these are impressive as well. I've had some calls from folks that are in Pollock Pines, Sonora, Arnold, just saying, wow, these seem like some pretty big numbers. And you're right, they do. Again, for the lower elevations in these foothill locations, I'm not expecting anywhere near these numbers. But for some of the higher elevations, say on the top of the hills, for places in Sonora, Pollock Pines, Arnold, yeah, we'll get some pretty good numbers coming in here. Ski resorts, this is what they need. Is it a miracle March? Nah, it's a little too early to tell, but it certainly doesn't hurt to get this snow coming in heading into the end of the weekend and early next week forecast. And then we'll get some good snowfall totals as well north of I-80 all the way through Lassen, where about 24 to 36 inches of snow is going to be coming into the outlook. Just the weather headlines, this is a good way to kind of summarize what we're expecting. Weekend rain, chance of thunderstorms, gusty winds late Saturday through Sunday. As that front starts moving through, we're going to get gusty winds at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. And then there's your heavy snow. Mountain travel not advised because of those high numbers that will be coming in with this winter storm watch that's in place starting Saturday, lasting through Monday. Again, 1 to 4 feet of snow coming into the Sierra. This is super news. Skiers and snowboarders that have been just wanting to get some last little bit before we really start to see the spring season arrive. This is going to be great. Not great travel heading up there this weekend. I wouldn't advise that. If you can go on Monday, it's going to be better travel. Not great, because again, this is the load that's kind of driving its way southward, heading through our Friday afternoon forecast into the weekend. It's got a lot of cold air. It bumps that storm track all the way south here, and it's going to lock in this cold air. I want to show you our 10-day forecast because, again, we hit record highs today. Let me see if I can pull up these record highs. Look at some of these numbers today. Sacramento Executive, downtown, low 80s. Look what happens in our 10-day forecast. We're talking highs out of the 70s and 80s into the 50s this weekend, and on and off showers possibly through next week with highs only in the 50s to near 60. This pattern looks like it's going to be really stubborn and stay with us for at least the next several days, just like what we had with this last stubborn pattern with dry weather, unseasonably warm weather. Now we start to head into this cooler, showery pattern that looks like it's going to stick around. Not terribly surprising. If anybody has lived here long enough, you know that in California, when we get one weather pattern. It just kind of hangs around for a couple of weeks and then gets bumped out, and we're right back to 2 weeks of dry weather, 2 weeks of wet weather. So we'll have to continue to monitor this and see how the weather models kind of pick up on when we'll see that next change in our weather pattern.